what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good?
So how do you feel about energy sector, energy stocks, and energy sector to invest in? This is something that a lot of people have been asking me about energy because obviously, you know, with everything that's happening in the world. So is energy something that people should be investing in 2023?
Which ones in particular? I'm learning not to derail an entire sector. My favorite my favorite two for sure are technology, healthcare. Indexes first always. That is your base. But if we can take some particular ones like USO, I would say no. If I look at crude, no. That was a trade for last year. And even when I get the commentary like, hey, you said no to energy and it did well this year, but you can see the collapse that it's had ever since, let me scroll in real quick. March of this year, we've had a precipitous decline. Shout out to everybody who reads Money Master the Game. So if you look at the crude market, that went from $122.98 down to $77.38. If I look at USO, it went from $93 down to $66.88. So no, now is not the time. Normally when people are talking about it at scale, that is not the time. I would definitely focus heavier on healthcare. And my thing is, if you believe in the electronic vehicle space, you can't say that oil is going to, or energy is going to be one of the preeminent spaces and believe in EV, which is really a tech derivative, if you will. During a recession, yes, but throughout the course of time, I definitely wouldn't look to hold that 4 or 5 year investment. As a swing trade, yes. But if you guys want to put in comments some particular ones that you're looking at, I'll look at them for you and give you my thoughts on them and what are the best prices to get in. Especially if you live in Elizabeth.
You are you
I'll be around.
I've never asked. Are you fond of liquid natural gas?
I am. Well, as a trade, that's one of my like. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to trade. I will stay away from that nat gas report. I will practice it, but natural gas is a trade I like a lot. It's one of my favorites.
It was one of those things I stumbled upon probably maybe a year and a half ago, and I was looking at this company. I think Gola GLNG is the ticker, and it was a nice trade. But it made me look into the space a little bit more. And it was one of those things like you really can't time it. You really can't time the market or time some of these sectors. But it's an interesting space. Erratic. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. For those who are looking at the natural gas future, if we get to $8.55, that's where I will exit and take profit if you're already in that natural gas space. Your first take profit can be like $8.11, but when it does get to $8.55, I would definitely take profit there. We'll start to see a pullback, and then you can like look to make another position in the space. Very erratic, very volatile. It reminds me a little bit of the NASDAQ. But homework assignment, please write this down. Go study the crude market for the last 30 years. Tell me what the top 3 prices have been and what are the top 3 bottom prices of crude, and that will give you an area where you should start to look to build your positions around. But now we're like in the middle ground. I wouldn't buy it here. Investing is really easy. Please write this down. Index, tech, if you want another space, healthcare, I've talked about it before. Everyone in Stock Club can tell you that. Like I said, Lilly, United Healthcare, Stryker, those are 3 good ones. Investing we don't need a whole bunch of long-term investments because that's what the long-term money is and like the real wealth is built. You may like a couple of new sectors for trades, but your core thesis should not change. I know everyone said,
is Tesla an energy company?
Electronic vehicle company, but it's really a tech derivative.
But they have solar panel as well. They're pretty big solar business that they're running.
Homework question number 2 for everyone. How much money do they make off their business? And what's the core reason that they have that solar panel business? I still think Tesla's amazing. I mean, if it comes down to, Stock Club, I won't give our price. If it comes down to like the $100 level, though, I'll be happy to get in there. We have to give her credit. Kathy Wood was the first institutional investor that gave Tesla credibility for other funds to piggyback off of it, they've taken a lot of the profit off the table, and given the fact of some of the erratic nature around Dogecoin and now running Twitter, it looks like he's not as focused. Now, if he finds a operator like how Apple did with Tim Cook, that will put him in a great position. I do like the company. The relationship with the government is great. He's found a way to fight that American automotive mafia that seems to exist and won't go away. So overall, they'll be good. But like, I mean, listen, if you look from 2020, it went from $23 to $414. If that does not operate like a tech stock, I don't know what is. And most of the other electronic vehicles, there are no comps really. Most of the other EV players in that space are terrible. Like, who's their next competitor? I saw a Rivian truck. It actually looked really nice. But
I was just going to say that. I saw it on the road yesterday. It was an Amazon delivery. Yeah,
like the truck actually looks nice, but as far as a Class A shares right now at $28.64. At its peak, it was at $179.47. I wouldn't touch right now.
All right. Okay. But the energy thing is an interesting topic because we just came back from the Middle East, and you know, when you see these countries like UAE and now Saudi Arabia is investing a lot of money into tourism and building up that. They got DJ Khaled coming for a music festival.
They're about to have the tallest building in the world.
Well, because oil is something that is going to run up. They're already diversifying their portfolio and they're already making plans for a life without oil. I think they said the UAE already implemented a rule that cars have to be gas free in like 10 years, something like that, just like New York and LA.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy world is changing. And it's already been impacted, but even more so in the next couple of decades, where gas is not something that is going to be like how it is now. It's not.
No.
It's running out, but they're already planning for that. So clean energy is something that is not only needed from a science standpoint, it's actually beneficial from an economic standpoint as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do have a recommendation on energy. It's something I get at Stock Club, I think maybe 2 years ago. NextEra Energy. If you are looking for something in the energy space, the ticker is NEE. Great growth. 5-year chart looks amazing. A little bit volatile. You have to wait for like it to bottom out to be willing to invest in it. But NextEra is pretty good. Maybe I'll give a price for it tonight if Stock Club said I can't. Oh, and I saw the comment too. I know we didn't have Stock Club call last night. My son was not able to be at the amazing show, so I was talking to my son in lieu of. That's why I missed our call. My apologies, but it's more important for me to talk to my kid before I go on stage than to hop on live. But tomorrow we shall have a Stock Club call. Good lesson. Please always put family before business. Please put family before business. I know a lot of people be like, hey, I ain't get to holler at you. I want you to ask, hey, have you talked to your mom, dad, cousin, son? First, I've given everything. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. I'm going to get spicy in like 2 seconds. We got Ally. We thanking them yet? Because I can't. Okay, thank you. So listen, I don't know who else gave this blueprint prior to, man. Like,
yeah.
Let's rock with it. Come on, put it in chat. Investing is easy, and then put I just have to execute. I'm not perfect, and I'm not about to rant. Shout out to the people who've been telling me I want you to rant, Les, so we can get you next to Obama and The Rock. I'm listening.
The Rock.
But nevertheless, execute.
Do you mind sharing 10 long-term stocks to invest in? Stocks to invest in for long term?
Yeah, I gave these out last night, and thank you to everyone who attended. I appreciate you so much. They're really like 10 core stocks that I like. So VOO, Stock Club, Red Panda Rebellion. Don't worry, I'm not going to give our picks out and at the right price, but I do want to help the community so we can win in this recession together. So VOO, Apple, Microsoft, Google, United Healthcare, Johnson & Johnson, Stryker, Eli Lilly, Tesla, Visa, ABBV, McDonald's, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks. Now you pick your own allocation. If you want the allocation selected for you that gives you the least drawdown and highest maximized gain, then you can join the Red Panda Stock Club, right? But Apple, Microsoft, VOO, Google, United Healthcare, Stryker, Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly, Tesla, ABBV, McDonald's, which is in the real estate business, and Don alluded to it last night, Starbucks, and Procter & Gamble. You don't need anything else.
P&G. Shout out to the
Please
folks
put
at
in
P&G.
chat. And we have to realize, we're not picking stocks. We're picking what are the best businesses on the planet to invest in. I wish Bernard would like trim some of them companies out of LVMH. Because LVMH, with the right acquisition, if they trim 4 or 5 of those companies, they'll be in that top 10. Dior, a couple other, lifestyle brands that are high price. If you trim those down to like a core 8, they'll give Apple a run for their money. But yeah, those are the 10.
I might have counted 12. Nothing in the cybersecurity space. When we talk about things of the future, I'm just saying it's your list. I'm just asking.
But if we're going to be honest,
yeah,
my heads up thing is always, is this company? Let's take sectors away. Let's go back to playground ball, right?
Yeah.
So if I go to the hood and I go to Harlem, like, yeah, I can play. I'm going to play in the Rucker this summer, right? Can I be? It doesn't matter if he's 6'9". I can't be like, hey, I'm the best light skin ish talking guard with a Red Panda jacket on in New York. No. Are you the best of the 10 out here of all 100 people? When I put, and I like CrowdStrike a lot, there's 2 others that I like a lot, but they're not better than Apple. They're not better than Microsoft. If Microsoft gets upset, they'll hop in that cybersecurity business tomorrow. And then what? Which, if I can argue for a pole position away from Apple while Apple's focusing on healthcare, dilly-dallying with EV because they're mad at Elon, and playing the privacy games with Zuckerberg in the App Store, if Microsoft went to the cybersecurity space, I think they would be able to pass up Apple as the number 1 most valuable company on earth.
What about that leader in e-commerce, that Goliath, Amazon?
I think they're amazing. But if I had to put them against Google, they lose. United Healthcare, they lose. They could bump out Johnson & Johnson.
Okay.
And Tesla. And Tesla. You're right.
Because I'm just looking at the list. I'm like, this is a solid list. I might have had a few subs in there, but it's your list, so I'm just asking.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, Amazon is one of the picks in the Red Panda Stock Club. I said I won't give all the picks. I got to give context. Yeah. But yeah.
We had a record spending Black Friday, right? What was it? $9 billion was spent, which is, for a retail space, obviously a lot of it was, I think it was a record in e-commerce, right? So I think Walmart actually led the way, but having those type of numbers is pretty impressive. $9 billion, that's a lot.
This that Red Panda anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda anthem. Your boy going up. I know they can't stand it.